Sounds on, cameras on. We are ready to go. Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am him. I'm that guy. Still really trying to figure out exactly what we're doing. I'm just running around making ice. Kyle's staring at the screen as he's doing this. Go! Purple, way behind, way behind. Is it on? It is black number one. Let's do it down. Gently. Okay, here we are, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. We are doing Drinker or Stinker today. We have a little Russian flair going on in this one, but I do want to say hello to a couple people. Uni! Long time, how you been? Mark, already very concerned about this cocktail. Mark, from what I understand of all of you, Mark has the most sensitive palate, so I would be a little worried for him. Paul calling this one maybe a drinker? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Yes, for those of you who want to know, Kirshwasser is cherry brandy. Looks very similar to this. This is Kirshwasser. Not to be confused with Kirshwasser. Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, and Kirshwasser is church water. You don't want to put that in your drinks. Burns for some reason. Really burnt me. I drank the water I found in that little tub once at church. Couldn't talk for like 3 weeks. And when I did, really weird voice. Like, oh, look at this. Very strange. I don't know what that water is. What do they make church water out of? No, this is Kirshwasser. And this is cherry brandy. Now, the reason that I've picked this drink today, I feel like, first of all, I don't think any of you are going to make it. I just don't see any of you coming across this in an old book and be like, ooh, wow. Apricot brandy and cherry brandy in one cocktail? Ooh, does my little heart delight? So I figured I would make it to let you know if it's even worth running out and buying Kirshwasser and any of this stuff. This is apricot brandy. Really what this day is me just trying to get rid of some of my booze that I don't use a lot. But I think that there are too many flavors going into this one. That is my thought on it. When I first read it, I said, this doesn't look right. My father claims he has had this one.
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. I'm
going to let him have it. Yeah, Raquel is also allergic to church water. There we go. So Raquel and I are in the same boat. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they put in that church water. Hello, Keith. Okay, let's get this one a rocket. Three different liquors. It technically is Kirshwasser. Kirshwasser is a liquor, not a liqueur. There is no sugar added to this. I believe the eau de vie is the same thing. This is a brandy. So these are three different liquors being thrown into each other. A touch of lemon juice. And then just some of that sugar, just regular old sugar. That's all they want. Let's begin. We're gonna be shaking this one. Even though if I was creating this one, if I had for some reason decided I have to have this is a drink called the KGB, the Kirshwasser, gin, and brandy, apricot brandy, but brandy nonetheless. I'd have stirred this one. Come across this a few times. It always says shake. So tonight we shake. Let's go ahead and slice our lemon right here down the middle. We only need half an ounce. These look like little puny lemons, so I am going to, well, this is drinker or stinker, so I have to do it right. I have to make it correctly. So let's go ahead and put in half an ounce of lemon juice. Yeah, figured I'd do the whole thing. There we go. Perfect. Okay, half an ounce of lemon juice. In here, and it does not call for simple syrup at all. It calls for sugar. And it calls for half a teaspoon. So this is Dr. Cush's This is Dr. Cush's happy powder here. It's amazing how that changes from when you're younger to when you're older, what happy powder ends up being. It ends up coming back to sugar. Let's go ahead and put in half a teaspoon of sugar. I read no instructions on when to put anything in. So I'm just going to assume that we are going to want to put in the sugar with the lemon. Putting in the sugar with the citrus is going to help you to dissolve that sugar. It dissolves pretty quickly, which means that there is not a lot of sugar in here. We are hoping that this cocktail will get a lot of its sweetness from two of the liqueurs. First, Kirshwasser. This is made the exact same way that most brandies are made. You take some fruit, you mash them, you then throw some living yeast onto them. The living yeast starts to eat, and what does that living yeast do? It eats the sugars and farts out alcohol. That is what you're drinking. Alcohol farts. Until you get a lovely, like a beer or a wine is basically what you're going to get from this. It's going to be like a cherry wine. Then they distill it, throw it through stills, and then you are left with this. So we're not going to distill this too many times. I assume it's a once or maybe twice distilled liquor. Does it say on the back? It does not. Once or twice, because really we are not trying to make this neutral grain at all. Neutral grain just means that we've distilled it until it no longer carries any of its flavor. We want this to taste like cherries. So, it does. It tastes sort of like cherries gone bad. We're going to go ahead and put in half of an ounce of our Kirshwasser. Put this away. Probably never see that again. We're going to go ahead and put in 2 teaspoons of this. Now, oftentimes I will say, grab your apricot brandy, and sometimes what I mean is some schnapps, but this drink is not schnapps. This is a full-on brandy. We need the brandy, so we need the eau de vie. If you do not have brandy eau de vie and for some reason want to make this drink, schnapps will do in a pinch, but I think you're going to come out too sweet on that. That might be a good thing, but it's not going to be the drink that we have discussed. So let's go ahead and put in 2 teaspoons of apricot brandy right in there. And finally, looks like a tank, tastes like a tank. Most likely it is tank. Yeah, the apricot eau de vie, that's a good point, Paul. The apricot eau de vie does make a delicious white Manhattan. Use it in place of your bitters, in that use a sweet white vermouth, and then that in place of the bitters, and it ends up being really good. We're going to put in 1.5 ounces of gin. There we go. It's looking a little clear to me. I thought it was odd that they would name this cocktail the KGB and have no vodka in it. But of course, then it would be the KVB, and then it's not a thing. Those are just 3 letters. Let's go ahead and give this a big shake. We're going to throw in an agitator cube in here. I'm starting to reuse ice cubes sometimes. So I feel like you guys will, I don't know if anybody's going to recognize this ice cube. We used them the other day. I know you don't recognize ice cubes. Throw that in here. Like I said, this would be a stirred cocktail in my book. So we're going to shake lightly. Ready? Thought I lost some. There we go. I am not using the correct glassware on this. The correct glassware is a a tall long boy. We are using a short low boy. But fret not, we will be using a nice piece of ice. Throw that in here. Perfect. We are going to strain this right in through here. That is a very, is an off-putting color, I think. Right? It's like, it's not white, but it certainly isn't juice colored. Let's put this in 4K. Oh, let's start the 4K camera and then I'll put it back in 4K. Oops. Do that real quick. Yeah, we'll put it in 4K here in just a second. Yeah, this looks odd to me, but one last step we have to put in here. We're going to just put a little twist of lemon. Throw it in and drop it. I don't know. Let's taste it. How do you say cheers in Russian? I believe it's nastorovia. Nastorovia. I think yeah. This is exactly what I was afraid this cocktail was going to do. First of all, not sweet enough. It's not sweet. It just, if you're going to be putting in all of those flavors, you need something to back them up. What I'm tasting right now is lemon and gin, but the gin tastes as though it has gone bad. Now, I know the gin doesn't go bad, despite what my father says. Gin does not go bad. We do not have to, once we open a bottle, we do not have to finish the bottle. But this tastes like it did. I'm going to try and fix it real quick. I'm not catching any of the, I think there was such small portions of the other two bits in there that it no longer sort of, it's the sum of the parts does not equal something greater. It's just all the parts, just sort of sitting in a cocktail. Let's see if we can fix it. I have a touch of simple syrup, I believe, back here. No, I don't. Dang. We'll do it by just adding a touch more sugar. We're gonna add one more. Let's try and do this scientifically. We're gonna add one more. What did I do with? Did anybody see what I did with those little spoons? Oh, they're there. We're gonna add one more teaspoon of sugar. Let's take the ice out. Ah. There we go. We're gonna put a little touch more sugar. And then I feel like the star of this show should be more of the peach or the apricot brandy. We only put in 2 teaspoons of it. Let's just give this a nice stir until it's all get in there. I like that better already. Just to be clear, I also very much like dry cocktails. Yes, they're calling for, my father's calling for more tank. Of course, more tank would make this more into, but we're trying to make cocktails here. Of course, I would rather just sit and sip tank, but can't do it today. Got to make a cocktail today. I'm going to try just a touch more of this. I'm going to go 1 more teaspoon. Now I have tripled, or I've added 200% more of what I was. Is that right? No, I've added 50% more of the apricot brandy. That puts it at about the same place as the Kirshwasser. And we're getting close, not that close, to the gin. Yeah. It wasn't far off. It started...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Started as a stinker. I would say we are close to a...
Oh, hot, 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 hot.
It tastes like sort of a more complex gin sour. Sort of like a gin daisy. The grenadine instead of the Kirshwasser instead of the grenadine. That apricot, though, I think was always going to be the star of this cocktail. Maybe my apricot brandy isn't the same apricot brandy they've been using for a long time. I mean, I know that this brand is kind of a newer situation. The Bloom Marlin. The Blue Marlin. I don't know. Yeah, I can get right behind this at this point. You gotta like gin, but you can't like gin so much that you only want to drink straight gin. You only want to drink straight gin when you're drinking cocktails. Just drink straight gin. Listen, it's fine. We get it. We know what your life looks like. I would recommend this cocktail. Yeah. Double the sugar. Double the sugar. And then, of course, add double the apricot brandy. I think you should be good on this one. That is the KGB cocktail. We have done it. Let's get a little close-up of that. Look at that. Look at that ugly beast. Definitely one that I would serve most likely. It's either got to be clear. It has to either be clear or a milk punch, or it's got to have some color to it. Otherwise, it gets real weird. That is that. Before we go, I do want to say a couple things. I'm gone this week. I am not here tomorrow. I'm not here Friday for the mixed cocktail hour, and I'm not here Saturday. So I hope you guys will find something to do with that extra hour. I assume you will. I'm afraid that I'll never see any of you again. Maybe that I was literally just holding on to you because I had to have something to do all day. But those are just my own fears crushing in on my head. So hopefully I will see you guys back Monday. I also want to wish Larry, Larry is my stepfather, I want to wish him a speedy recovery. Love that guy so much. I hope that he is doing well. I don't assume he is watching this live, but he may watch it later. I don't know. So speedy recovery, buddy, and I will see you soon. That is that, everybody. Thank you, Jay Carter. You truly do get the party started. No, what do we do without Cush? Listen, make a cocktail. Just make a regular old cocktail, and then put on a black shirt. Look in the mirror for a little bit, and then babble endlessly. That's basically what I do. Yeah. Thank you, David. Okay, that is that. Thank you guys so much. I will certainly enjoy whatever time I have off, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Not Friday. Not Saturday. Not Sunday. Never Sunday. Back Monday for Absolute Classics. And what do we say when we get on those jet planes as we are looking back at Los Angeles? We will say bye-bye. Bye-bye, Los Angeles. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.